Hi, Sue Wilson. I have a lovely garden circle scene to share with you today. Now it looks quite complicated, but it's really very easy to do. So we'll walk you through the steps on that. First up, I'll show you what we'll be using. From our That Special Touch range, we have the Sunrise Mask. We are going to be using the sentiment from A Little Birdie Told Me die set. And this is the circle scene called Garden. That's what we'll be using for our focal element. So what I've done is I've cut a small piece of white card the size that I need. I've just attached it to a larger piece of card so that I can have something to tape to. And we're going to be using some distress oxides, the Fossilized Amber and the Spiced Marmalade. So I'm going to start with the amber, and I'm just going to go through my stencil and into my rays. Just bring this color down. There we go. Get a nice yellow going all through the rays. And I'm not fussed if it goes down below the stencil at all, because we are actually going to add some more stuff below that, so it won't even show. There we go. Okay, so there's some nice yellow going into all those rays. Let me get there. Okay, so now I'm going to bring in the Spiced Marmalade, and I'm going to do it over the top and just down through some of those rays. So it'll look like it's sort of fading out into the yellow there. Okay. Really easy like that. Pop that off to the side. And let's remove our tape. Since these have ink on them, we're not going to reuse those. There we go. And I'll clean that later. So you can see you've got a really lovely design coming through. Now I've done one earlier and it's good and dry, so I'm going to use this one. Okay, and get these out of the way there. Okay, so the next thing I want to do is add a fence and some grass to this. And let me just give you a quick measurement before I forget. On this piece of card here, it's 5 5/8 by 6 1/3, okay? So what I want to do is put on the fence. Now the fence comes from this piece in your die set, and it's been designed so you can move it along and make it longer, which is what I've done here, okay? I'm going to use a little bit of spray glue. Just to make sure it's good and stuck down, we'll put some Cosmic Shimmer on there too. A little bit here, a couple of the posts, that should do the trick. And I've also used this piece here, which is the grass die, and I've cut a longer piece. You can line this up and move it along. So I've got a longer piece of this as well, which we are also going to add after the fence. So I'll spray that, get that tacky, and that could probably use a little bit of Cosmic Shimmer on it as well. Okay, so I'm going to put this into place just about, oh, right about there, I think. No, maybe a little higher. There we go. Give that a push down. I'll trim the edges. And I'm going to put the grass so it just catches the bottom of that fence. About like that. Let's see. Don't want the bottom of that to show, so I'm going to just line that up like that. So now what I want to do is just trim this along the edge of my card. Just going to use some scissors here. I think it's easier sometimes to have it a little bit bigger. You've got a little bit of playroom there. Okay, so now the base of my card is complete. So what I want to do is cut the circle out of the center of this. So I'm going to line this up to catch the bottom of the grass because I want to put some stuff there. And just leave a little bit of room there for my sentiment. Pop that down. And about like that, that should do the trick. We're cutting through 3 pieces of card there on the bottom with the fence and the grass. I'm just going to run it back and forth a couple of times, see if we can get that nicely cut. There we go. I think I did it. Carefully take that piece out, and I want to peel my tape off ever so gently. Sometimes it's a little bit harder when it's been run through and smushed into your die cut, so you want to be really gentle with it, even though it is removable. Okay, there we go. Got just a little bit of the grass there. Okay, so now what I want to do is raise the back of the circle piece. So I've got some mounting foam. I'm going to add that. Okay. And I'm going to bring in another piece that's a backing, and we'll just add a little bit of glue on the back of this. Put that into place. There we go. And I can actually add my circle back into place, lining up that pattern on the rays. See if I can get that nice and straight. That's looking good. I like that. Go ahead and put my backing on there, and I'll give you an overall measurement once I get that on. And I've gone with just a white on white pierced backing on this just because I had so much going on with the card. There we go. Okay, so now I've got my sentiment. I've done a Little Birdie Told Me in Chestnut Brown. I've doubled that up. So I'm going to spray this, and we'll add it into the top. And add some extra little bits, especially since we have inked background below that. So you want to make sure it sticks really well to that. Okay. Put that up in this corner. There we go. There. And I've got the It's Your Birthday, which is the matching sentiment from that set, done in the same chestnut brown. A little bit of glue to the back as well. There we go. That I'm going to put above my fence here in my circle. Get that off my finger a little bit. There we go. Make sure that stays nice and straight. Okay, so now we can add around that. So what I want to do is I've taken this little guy, little teeny flower from the set, and I've cut them in green and I've cut them in white. So on the white ones, what I've done is I've just gone through with a marker and colored the flowers off of each of them. So what I'm going to do is add a bit of glue to the flowers on the green ones and just nip these off. Pop them into place. Pop those over. Okay, line that up. There we go. And we'll do the orange one, and you can color these any color. I've used the Fossilized Amber, the Spiced Marmalade, and Worn Lipstick, just so it kind of stays with that same color tones. Okay, and then we'll pop this one on. They are very tiny, so it's a little fiddly, but really cute. Okay, so now move them around so they show. I've got 3 of these already done, so what I'm going to do is just put a little bit of glue on the backs. In fact, I'll do all 3 at the same time here. Get some glue on them. There we go. Okay, so now get those started to get tacky. I'm going to put that into place like that. And the other two can kind of go down here like they're springing up right out of the lawn. And there. Okay, so now I've got a little watering can, and I think I'm just going to bring over a bit of Vintage Photo Distress ink, and I'm going to just ink around it just to give it a little bit of color. And I've just cut it out of tan card. And one of the other things you can do is little white pencil, and we're going to just add a bit of a highlight in there with it. Let me hold on to that. There we go. And I've got just a tiny bit of mounting foam. We're going to raise this little guy up. That right into place there. And I've got the little garden tools. Now what you can do with these is you can bring in a silver paint pen. Just paint in the top parts of them so they look like they're metallic. There we go. There's one. And the little shovel, trowel, shovel, whatever you call these little guys. There we go. Okay. I think we'll just glue them into place. They are very tiny too, so a little bit of glue. We'll pop that one down right about there. This one down. Okay. Sort of overlap it, I think, right by the flowers. And I've got some birds. Now these guys are little teeny birds. They're in the set, but they're really cute to put around. So I'm going to pop one right there. And I've got one that looks like kind of like a seagull that's flying this way. We'll see if we catch it right on the ray so it shows up a little better. And one with the wings outstretched. I like that they're all different, so you get a really nice look from them. And there's a little one. Pop that on, about like so. There you go. Just love how this comes out with a really cute little garden scene. A little bit fiddly, but absolutely beautiful, don't you think? Hope you've enjoyed today's video. Look for us on our YouTube channel soon. We have so many there for you.